going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Drew Elia here. If you are new around here, I am a Eskate enthusiast, a PV enthusiast. Welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you stopping by here. What I have here today is what I'm going to go ahead and call the Swiss Army knife of the Eskate world. And let me explain why. So starting off with the unified body design, this is a carbon fiber unified body design. I think that the board design is fantastic. They did an awesome job fading this carbon fiber look into an all black look so that it's not strictly just carbon fiber, but it's got this really gorgeous design when it comes to it. The deck itself is an awesome W-shaped concave. So basically these little tiny edge flares that you find on the edge here really do lock your feet in place. On top of that, with the foam grip tape, allows you to feel really locked in. It lends you to know that your feet are planted, they don't slide, even in wet and muddy conditions, as you can see on here, that it still let me feel really confident and comfortable when going off-roading even. So I would say that they did a really nice job when they nailed it as far as the deck shape, comfortability, long range, rides. It just has a really good feel overall. Again, everything about this board feels premium. From the unified body on the bottom here, you can see it's got a really nice logo on the bottom here, Skate Binded Exway. Even the charge port is threaded in, and it's a really nice charge port. It's not like some simple plastic thing that pops on there. It lets you know that when you're spinning this in there, you know it's gonna be safe, you know it's gonna be waterproof, and they did a really good job with that. I would say the water sealing on here is absolutely fantastic. Knowing that I did take it off-roading and through some mud and a little bit of puddles and stuff like that, it did lend to a very good job as far as waterproofing it. There was no worries in my head once that I was gonna be like, oh, is this gonna damage anything? It really lends itself to being a very well thought out design in that sense. While we're at it, and we have this board flipped over here, let's talk about the drivetrain. Exway sent me out the brand new A-Series gear drive system. This thing is a absolute beast. I don't know how to explain it any other way. The protective cage around the motor's replaceable skid plates that are on the front, on the bottom and the back of this thing, it is just a super robust situation. It is a helical drivetrain system. The noise that this gear drive system makes, it's like a turbo spooling up on a car. It literally is this high-pitched winding noise. Once you hit a certain like low to mid range, and the torque is instantly there, and then once you take off, it kind of settles out a little bit, it lessens a little bit, but at that mid-low range, you get this really nice like turbo spooling noise. That's why I love it. I think it's insane. Speaking of which, the motors are 6370, are powerful enough to launch me up to 29-30 miles an hour, and that is again due to the gearing ratio inside of here. Gear drive system has come a long way, especially with these helical gears. I trust them in that sense. And with off-roading capability, it makes way more sense because everything's enclosed inside there, and you don't have to worry about rocks or dust or debris or tree branches or anything like that getting inside the gears. They're all sealed inside of there. Exway does recommend that you grease these up every approximately like 1,000 miles, so great. I can't complain. That's pretty low maintenance. And the metal gears inside of there are really nice. Again, the helical system does lend to a better connection point versus like a cog system that goes like this. The helicals are actually cut on an angle, so it definitely gives you more power and more reliability in that sense than anything else. The other thing I want to go over here too is the Trist trucks. These are brand new 10.5-inch wide Trist trucks, and that is a notable difference. That is the one thing I would say, that the wider stance on these boards is great. It leaves you to a very comfortable, stable ride, even with these low rebound bushings that they give you there too. They also offer a high rebound bushing, basically a more denser thing. I don't think I even need that per se. These are dialed in so perfectly that I love the way that these feel. Whether it's carving on the road or getting off road, I love the way that these trucks feel. There are forged NCNC aluminum. They did a fantastic job. It really does hug the corners. It gives you that stability. So if you are going at high speeds, you don't have to worry about it. Here is actually a video of me riding when I was in New York City for the demo ride. It was a prototype at that point, but this was the Atlas 4-wheel belt drive with the aux pack as well. And I would hit 35 miles an hour with this thing. That's nuts to me. I mean, just being able to get on a board from the factory and hit 35 miles an hour is just crazy. And that was GPS tracked, but still, it's just a really powerful board, way more power than the average user would need. Okay. And it just lends itself to super comfortable and quality. That's why I truly love it. Moving on to the wheels too. So these are the 175mm knobby off-road style wheels. The good thing about Exway system is that they have a quick release system. So basically you can pop this thing off while leaving the wheel on there and be able to replace a tube, swap the tires out, whatever it may be. But these brand new CNC precision hubs are beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. It's color matched to the board. It just looks really good. It looks really premium. I also do have the 165 race wheels that they sent out from their A series as well. Really excited to try those, so stick around for those on a Wheel Wednesday. You can see my other Wheel Wednesdays right up here. I love testing out different style wheels, different boards, everything from urethane to all-terrain, but these does give you an option to go ahead and pull off these knobbier tires, put on these brand new street wheels, and be able to rip it around the track too. So stay tuned to that one. I will be posting a video of that as well too. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, thumbs up, all the YouTube stuff that's going on there too. If you found any value inside this, really appreciate it. Helps me out the channel, trying to grow as quickly as possible. Also, leading to the Swiss Army knife of the Eskate world. So 700 watt battery hours, 12S4P configuration would be perfectly fine. I mean, that is a really good standard in this industry right now. I would say that even a few years ago, it was unheard of to be a 12S4P and be able to get 700 watt hours inside of here. Now there's boards out there that are street style boards that have 500 watt hours that look like old boosted boards, which is again, mind blowing. Exway went ahead and said 701 watt hours. Perfect amount of watt hours, I would say, for a 12S4P. It gets me around 25 miles on this setup. So I would say with the gearing ratio, the bigger tires, and especially because it's been colder weather out here, I probably could get a little bit more, but that was a good cruising speed, and I'll probably do a full range video as far as like what the actual range test was. The amount of power that came out of this and the amount of range that came out of it, I was really satisfied with it. I also did an uphill race battle with this as well too, and it definitely got me uphill faster and safer than the Meepo Hurricane with the gear drive setup as well too. So I definitely say that this board has enough power and range to satisfy any needs. Again, with the Swiss Army knife of the Eskate world is because this thing has an option for an auxiliary battery pack. What do I mean by that? Exway has developed an external battery pack that if 701 watt hours is not enough for you, you can add another 1,000 plus watt hours to your ride here. So you can get over 1,700 watt hours available to you to ride around on. And that's upwards of like 50 to 60 miles of range plus on these tires. It's just nuts to me. That's insane. These long range distance boards that I've been testing out here are awesome. I think that's such a cool feature that you can go ahead and pick up a board like this and then you have that slim, thin bezel body line, lightweight for the most part. The gear drives are really heavy, but if you got the belt drive system and you're able to say, hey, one day I want to go ahead and just ride around, 20-ish miles, you have the board that has that built into it. Next day you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna go off-roading, or I want to go on an extremely long distance trip, or I want to go on a group ride that I don't have to have any worry about that. You can go ahead and put the auxiliary battery pack on there and get yourself an insane amount of distance. Like, it's just mind-blowing. On top of that, if you're thinking, oh, well, charge time is going to take forever, they developed a 1,000 watt battery charger. 1,000 watts. It charges the aux pack and this other pack instantly almost, it seems like. Exway has done insane amount of research and development when it comes to these boards. They really have knocked it out of the park. I really can't stress enough that, getting into this sport, if you're looking at the Exway Atlas Pro, it is one of the best Swiss Army knives of the Eskate world. I keep saying that because they really have covered every single aspect. It's one of those boards that you can grow with and then not feel like you're ever gonna be without. So if you're, hey, I'm interested in getting a gear drive because I got the belt drive system, you can just go ahead and buy the gear drive system, pop off a few screws, take the trucks off, slap a new one on there, go ahead and change it on the app, we'll get to that in a second, and then you go ahead and ride off into the distance. That's mind-blowing. That's something that's absolutely insane to me. I can't believe that. All of these available options for you and customizations for you as a consumer. So let's go ahead and talk about the app. Now this is the brand new Exway app, so it's a newer version because they do have the brand new ESC that's inside there as well too. It allows you to also do a multitude of other things that the other ESCs older were not allowed to do. It allows you to customize on the fly a lot of features that you would normally have to go through if you did want to go into an app. The good thing about that is that with the app, you can visually see it all right then on the phone. And then from there, you can able to swap through, choose different gearing ratios, choose your acceleration curve, choose your braking curve, and be able to set different tones and patterns and feels of how you as an individual rider want to set your board. The beautiful thing about that as well too is that if you don't have the app on your phone, or if you're out in the middle of the field and you don't have your phone with you, you're able to do it all on the remote as well too. The brand new R3 remote allows you to set different parameters as far as different gearing options, braking feel, and things along those lines that way. 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive, it has everything you can think of available for you inside of this app. I find myself mostly just kind of going in there, setting it once, and really not necessarily going back there, but it does offer firmware upgrades, and there's a ton of different features that allow you to do that as well too. So I strongly suggest going in the app at least once every once in a while and being able to check up and see what's new inside of there. There is a serious amount of people that are out there that are looking for 2-in-1 boards that have extreme customization options, and this is definitely the board for you. Whether you are a 2-wheel drive person or a 4-wheel drive person, a street tire person, an off-roading person, a gear drive versus belt drive, auxiliary pack, not, this board can give you everything you're looking for and then some. So basically, if you are someone who wants to get into the hobby that is looking for a bigger upgrade that you can even customize even further down the road, this is definitely one that lends you that way. This is kind of a board that used to be reserved more for the DIY guys, and it's now available for the masses, that you're able to go ahead and swap out your gear drive, belt drive, bigger batteries, different style tires, all on the fly, which is just completely mind-blowing to me. And including with the brand new Exway app, you have the full customization that you can go in there and really tune specifically each different gear ratio and each different acceleration curve, braking curve, a lot of other multitude of features on the fly so that you really can dial in for you exactly how this ride feels. I can't stress enough that how much I enjoyed this board, both off-roading, which is a new experience for me. I really don't do too much off-road riding, but I felt so confident on this board. And you can see right here that even the scraping on the bottom here, these are replaceable, so you can absolutely order new ones, pop these out, put new ones back in there, and you feel that confidence that knowing that going off-roading, having a great time in that sense, it's definitely a great style board. On the other side of that is that you can go ahead and swap out the tires completely in the same day and put on a totally different feeling board and hit the streets or hit the track and be able to really aggressively carve and turn and hit straightaways at incredible speeds. So it depends on who you are and what you're looking for. Exway has every option available for you when it comes to this style board. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate you coming and checking out the channel. I am so amped. I've recently hit 1,000 subscribers and I am so excited for that. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be making a video shortly on the giveaway, so make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, like, and hopefully you guys can win a $150 gift card to One Stop Board Shop in the near future. So until then, always wear a helmet. Peace.